Brought to you by WikiVidi.com. Frank Ocean. Christopher Francis Frank Ocean is an American singer and songwriter. Known for his idiosyncratic musical style, Ocean first embarked on a career as a ghostwriter, and in 2010 he became a member of hip-hop collective Odd Future. He released his breakout mixtape, Nostalgia Ultra, to critical acclaim in 2011. It generated his first charting single, Novacane. In 2012, Ocean finished in second place in BBC's Sound of 2012 poll. His debut studio album, Channel Orange, was released in July 2012 to critical acclaim and reached number 2 on the Billboard's 200. It was promoted with 3 singles, Thinkin Bout You, Pyramids and Sweet Life. In 2016, Ocean released the visual album Endless alongside his second studio album Blonde. Following several years of delays, Blonde was acclaimed by critics, and debuted at number 1 in the United States and the United Kingdom. Early life. Ocean was born Christopher Edwin Breaux on October 28, 1987, in Long Beach, California, to parents Calvin Edward Cooksey and Katonia Breaux. When he was around 5 years old, he and his family moved to New Orleans, Louisiana. He grew up around its local jazz scene, and listened to his mother's CDs on her car stereo, including albums by Celine Dion, Anita Baker, and the Phantom of the Opera soundtrack. As a teenager, he did neighborhood chores, and saved up money to rent studio time. As he recalled, "Oh man, I had numerous hustles. Washing cars was one of them, and mowing lawns and walking dogs." He enrolled in the University of New Orleans and moved into its dormitory in 2005. Shortly after he enrolled in the university, Hurricane Katrina hit New Orleans and he transferred to the University of Louisiana at Lafayette. 2005-11, Beginnings in Los Angeles and mixtape. In 2005, Hurricane Katrina hit Ocean's hometown of New Orleans, and his recording facility was destroyed by floodwater and looting. To continue recording music, he moved to Los Angeles and intended to stay for just 6 weeks, but decided to stay longer and develop his music career after establishing contact with people in the music industry. He recorded some demos at a friend's studio and shopped them around Los Angeles. After getting a songwriting deal, he started working with other record producers and wrote songs for artists such as Justin Bieber, John Legend, Brandy, and Beyoncé. Ocean later said of his work, "At the time, there was a point where I was composing for other people, and it might have been comfy to continue to do that and enjoy that income stream and the anonymity. But that's not why I moved away from school and away from family." He has also worked with artists such as Nas and Pharrell Williams. Ocean joined Los Angeles-based hip-hop collective Odd Future, whom he had met in 2009. His friendship with Odd Future member Tyler, the Creator, reinvigorated Ocean's songwriting. In late 2009, he met Tricky Stewart, who helped him sign a contract with Def Jam Recordings as a solo artist. On February 18, 2011, Ocean released his first mixtape, Nostalgia Ultra, to critical acclaim. The mixtape focuses on interpersonal relationships, personal reflection and social commentary. NPR's Andrew Noz said Ocean's songwriting is smart and subtle, setting him apart from the pack. Rolling Stone magazine's Jonah Wiener wrote that Ocean was a gifted avant R&B smoothie. In April 2011, Ocean stated that his relationship with Def Jam strengthened since the release of the mixtape. The mixtape made Ocean widely known and led to his collaborations with rappers Jay-Z and Kanye West. Ocean first appeared in Tyler, the Creator's music video for the single, She, from Tyler's second studio album Goblin. His first performance was in collaboration with Odd Future at the 2011 Coachella Valley Music and Arts Festival, where he later joined them for their first tour across the East Coast of the United States. On May 19, 2011, Ocean's record label Def Jam announced its plans to re-release Nostalgia Ultra as an EP. The single, Novacane, was released to iTunes in May 2011, and the EP originally was set to be released the next month, but was delayed. In June 2011, Ocean revealed that he would work on the upcoming Kanye West and Jay-Z collaborative album, Watch the Throne. Ocean co-wrote and featured on 2 tracks, No Church in the Wild and Made in America. On July 28, 2011, a song titled Thinkin Bout You leaked on the internet. It was later revealed the song was a reference track, written by Ocean for Roc Nation artist Bridget Kelly's debut studio album. Kelly renamed the song, Thinking About Forever. In September 2011, a music video directed by High Five Collective for Ocean's version was released, yet the song still appeared on Kelly's debut EP Every Girl. In August 2011, who later named it the best album of the year in the HMV's poll of polls, for moving the R&B genre in a different, more challenging direction. Channel Orange featured unconventional songs that weren't noted for their storytelling and social commentary, and a dense musical fusion that drew on hip-hop, soul, and R&B. When he revealed that his first love was a man, the announcement made global headlines. When David Bowie revealed that he was bisexual in 1972. Channel Orange debuted. The majority of its first-week sales were digital copies from iTunes. Channel Orange was certified gold by the Recording Industry Association of America. Ocean promoted the album with his 2012 summer tour, which featured final appearances at the Coachella and Lollapalooza festivals. On May 28, 2013, at the first night of OVO Fest on August 4, 2013, however, he was forced. The first night of the music festival was subsequently cancelled and James Blake was booked to appear during the second night as Ocean's replacement. 2015 present, follow-up albums, which he confirmed would be another concept album. He revealed that he was working with Tyler. He later stated that he was being influenced by the Beach Boys and the Beatles. Was made available for free download on SoundCloud. The song is a collaboration with Mick Jones, Paul Simon and Diplo, and is a part of Converse's 3 artists, 1 song series. In April 2014, Billboard reported that the singer was working with a string of artists such as Happy Perez and Danger Mouse were also said to be on board. On November 29, 2014, to Channel Orange called Memrise on his official Tumblr page and management, he has maintained both his experimentation. Ocean announced that his follow-up to Channel Orange would be released in July with. The album was ultimately not released in July, with no explanation given for its delay. To feature the aforementioned Memrise in February 2016, with Vic Mensa and Sia Furler. A month later, the song was re-edited by West, Frank's track. In July 2016, he hinted at a possible second album. The image shows a library card labeled Boys Don't Cry with numerous stamps. Ocean's brother, Ryan Bro, further suggested this release, by August 1, 2016, at approximately 3 a.m., to show Ocean woodworking and sporadically playing instrumentals on loop. It later became clear that these instrumentals were from his upcoming visual album Endless. Many news outlets reported that August 5, 2016 could be the release date for Boys Don't Cry. His collaborator Malay said that Ocean is a perfectionist, constantly tweaking things with music, and at midnight and Apple Music link was directed to a project called Endless with the record label. Before the visual album's release on Apple Music, he describes his negotiations with the label as a 7-year chess game, as well as having to buy back all of his master recordings that previously belonged to Def Jam. Was uploaded to Ocean's Connect page on Apple Music and later to his own website. Also on August 20, Ocean announced pop-up shops in Los Angeles, New York City, Chicago, and London. Blonde to widespread acclaim. On Tuesday, the 21st of February 2017, Scottish DJ and producer Calvin Harris announced the song Slide, a collaboration between Harris, Ocean. Ocean is credited with featured vocals and a songwriting credit, while production is handled. It is also the first recorded collaboration of Ocean's since leaving Def Jam, appearing courtesy of himself. On March 10, 2017, Blonded Radio. The song was his first solo effort to be released after Blonde and Endless in 2016. on follow-up editions of Blonded Radio, with one version of Lens featuring Travis Scott. Brought to you by WikiVidi.com. Please like and subscribe below.